It's lighting up time in Blackpool and the busiest period of the year at the pleasure beach. But with the record crowds come extra problems. Breakdowns, drunks, security alerts, and now Jim Rowland, the manager of the park, has been called away unexpectedly because of an illness in the family. It's a chance for his deputy, Keith Allen, to prove himself.
I want to keep it neat and tight, everything ticking over, everything running at maximum, no big queues, because big queues don't spend money.
Not the best of starts. One of the boats in the river caves is stuck at the top of the final ramp. Passengers are stranded inside, and some of the children are getting upset.
Just stay here. Will somebody get the waders on? Pete, sort this lot out here.
Beach 19, David.
We're busy evacuating. I need water out of the track now. I'm in the Egyptian scene, there's no paddle on, and I'm paddling in it. Sorry about this, folks. I'm just going to stop the boat here and have you to step out onto the platform, please.
The pleasure beach encourages shooting, but only in the arcades. Today, a boy has been injured by a real gun.
Walking down the road, this guy went to my brother, give me a chain, put a gun to him, give me a chain, so my brother went, no, punched him, and he came up to me and shot me in the face.
He came up to me and asked me for my chain. So I said, like, no, you're not having it. So he pulled out his gun, so I hit him. I'm not scared of him. Just a gun in it. He's going to shoot me, he's going to shoot me. I live in Salford, mate, it doesn't matter. I can get used to it.
It was a brass cartridge. Something had been discharged from it. Whether it was just the powder, which would be enough, pointed close up in pistol form, would leave powder burns and would be enough to split the skin.
After just 15 minutes, the River Caves ride is back in business. But now Keith's been called to another breakdown. This time, it's the monorail.
It doesn't happen when Jim's here. It'll all be my fault. I'm beginning to think it's not my day. And I'll tell Jim all about it and say, get away. He won't believe it, you know.
The police have turned up to investigate the shooting. They're searching the area where the gun was fired to see if the weapon has been dumped.
What are you doing?
The engineers are now on their way to the big one, which has come to an emergency stop 235 feet up. Keith has to wait for the computer to run through all its safety checks before the ride can restart.
Probably about 2 minutes, all said and done. But it seems like an eternity, doesn't it?
Especially for the passengers left hanging over the precipice. The police inspector is not convinced by the boy's story and has ordered a body search.
5 today. The bottle's going. What's your situation, Paul, please? Copy, thank you. Thanks, Space. 5 out. It's cleared, but the last one to clear is always the one on the pull-up, and that's what I'm looking at, because we don't want that to go till we've made sure that the other trains are safe, do we? Because once it's gone over that hill, it belongs to Isaac Newton.
The owner of the pleasure beach, Geoffrey Thompson, is looking forward to a visit from Baroness Thatcher. He wants children on hand for a photo call, but the local press are asking awkward questions.
Yes, I believe there's been some criticism in the local schools about us opening the park during term time and almost attracting kids away from school. But if that has been said, all I would say in answer was that if someone as famous as Baroness Thatcher comes to the town, it's an honour for the town. And I think, quite honestly, it's part of a child's upbringing to see the famous people of the 20th century while they're young. And if the headmaster wants to deny them that privilege, I think he's denying them part of the essence of Great Britain.
Lady Thatcher will visit Frontierland in Morecambe, Geoffrey's second park. It's normally closed at this time of year, but they'll open it specially for such a big occasion. The Baroness will be greeted by the park mascot, Frontier Fred. Public Relations Director Helen O'Neill and her assistant Sharon meet to discuss the Iron Lady's requirements.
That was Elizabeth. Lady T's press secretary.
Lady T's press secretary.
She's adamant that she must not be photographed or filmed walking into the Crazy Horse Saloon.
Well, I think that might have something to do with the fact it's called the Crazy Horse Saloon. Right.
All right. Thanks a lot.
Anyway.
The body search revealed nothing, and the boys were allowed to go home. The police failed to recover a weapon, and the case was closed. It's been a hectic day. Despite everything, Keith's kept the rides operating flat out.
When we get a day like today, when we've been at it for so long and we've still got a lot of customers on the park, we start thinking records. Now, it's early days yet, and I don't want to spoil anything or put the mockers anything, but I can feel it that we're going to do something today. I think today's the day that we're going to beat the best day we had last year.
There's a fracas at the north gate, and security are holding the suspect.
He's gone into the restaurant there. He's obviously he's on something. We don't know what it is.
They were being very offensive in the bar, and they were politely asked to leave, and they just went haywire. Threw a punch at me, and then he just went mad. You know, he was throwing tables and chairs, trays. He was just going for little kids.
Look, what are they doing that for? Why are they doing that? Why are they strangling my brother?
The suspect's brother is protesting. He claims there's been some unnecessary rough stuff.
You don't struggle to stay exactly as they are. Do you understand that? They're what they call lock. They'll not get tighter. They won't cause you any more pain unless you struggle. You understand that?
Yeah.
For Keith to break the record, the rides must be kept going at full tilt. But on the Grand Prix, some young people have been taking it easy.
You're taking too long. Let him go. You come on. Hey, get him going. Whatever you do, they'll always join up again. So just let him go about 10 yards. Go on, off you go. Keep going. Keep going. Come on. Come on then. I'll bash you. I'll bash your head in. Come on, keep going. They're very hard to press the accelerators, and the smaller children, their legs get tired, and that's why they keep stopping.
What's wrong with that?
Well, it's stopping the ride. Got to keep going. It's got to keep going.
You sound like JR.
Well, he taught me.
Security have moved the suspect into a storeroom. His brother and mates are getting agitated.
You're not shooting his door, leaving me. You're not taking my brother in that room and leaving him on his own with you lot.
Right, listen, who's with him?
I don't trust him. That's my brother, please. I don't trust him. Look at him again, look at him.
Okay,
brutality by the police.
Do you now?
Calm down. Calm me up. Right, calm down. Get off me then. I'll stay.
Right, just move away and you'll be okay. All right, it's your first line and you won't last morning.
Right, everyone, shut up a minute.
Keep it going.
Right, everyone, everyone, shut up a minute. Oi, big mouth, come here.
Thank you.
Trust him, nothing in his pockets.
Security guard Bill Mullin decides to let the brother in, just to reassure him.
Ian Mark, that's all. Till later, yes? Yes.
You go back out now.
Yes,
You've seen your brother.
I just don't want you to sustain any more injury.
You do your job, you know what I mean?
If you sit nice and calm, yeah, lean against me, everything's going to be sweet, mate. All right?
Yeah. Will you do me a favour?
What's that, buddy?
It's time to line off.
Oi.
I just have to keep going and keep going and keep going, and then somebody will blow a whistle and say, you've done it. I waited to hear that whistle. It might not be till 2 o'clock in the morning. JR will be back next weekend, so whatever I can set him this weekend, I want to give him a real toughie, because he'll bust a gut next week to beat this week.
Eventually, the suspect was arrested and charged with public order offences. The final whistle goes, and Keith is called to the boardroom.
Well, congratulations everyone on the best day ever.
Thank you very much. Cheers. Cheers.
The day's takings are over £500,000.
How did you do that?
I've been on duty now for the busiest day in the history of Blackpool Pleasure Beach. JR can't say that, can he? Cheers.
It's Geoffrey's big day. Lady Thatcher is on her way and he's chartered a helicopter to run him up the coast to Morecambe. Geoffrey did well during the Thatcher years. He expanded his multi-million-pound empire by buying 2 more amusement parks in Morecambe and Southport. The Baroness has agreed to visit Frontierland to help bolster beleaguered Tory support in the area.
She's certainly made Britain what it is today, and we're very pleased she is visiting us. I'm fairly proud too. She's been to see us in Blackpool a time or two when she was Prime Minister, but she's never been to Frontierland.
Security make final checks before the Baroness descends. Baroness Thatcher's bodyguards are on the lookout, but it's Geoffrey who notices a hitch.
Oh dear, the belt seems to be a bit wonky though. We can't have Frontier Fred's pants coming down. Not very good for a political visit, I don't think, really, one way or another.
Back in Blackpool, there's a capacity crowd yet again, and Keith's record is up for grabs. His boss, JR, has returned. He's had a worrying time.
I had to go away. My eldest son and his wife work in Brunei, from Park that the Sultan of Brunei's built, and just had a little boy, my 3rd grandson, and he got taken very ill in 3 weeks. So I had to fly out, and hopefully everything's going to be okay, I'm hoping. And now I'm back, and we're going to go for a record day today.
But the day has got off to a bad start. The big one's playing up, and all 3 trains have come to a halt.
One to base. I'm going to have to pay out the big one. Starting now, we're going to evacuate the trains first, OK? I'm shutting it down until you can cure that fault, OK?
There are 650 paid-up punters in the queue. Not only must JR return their tickets, but it's policy to offer a complimentary ride as well.
Complete and utter total disaster for me, yes. It's not just the fact I'm paying out, but I'm losing what's coming in. And if it is this part that I think it is, then we've got to run at least half a dozen times with empty trains to make sure that it's right. So all in all, we're probably going to do in about an hour, if we're lucky.
When the Iron Lady turns up, she fails to recognise her host.
So, Mr. Thompson, can I introduce you? Mr. Thompson.
Very nice to meet you again. Very nice indeed.
We've been on your Blackpool.
You have indeed.
Yes,
you have on one or 2 occasions. Yes, I think it's a photo opportunity here, possibly. And then...
Right here next to Frontier Fred. All right. Okay. What do you think of Morecambe at the moment? Well, I like it very much. It's very good.
At the big one, the engineers still haven't solved the problem.
You stand here and wait. But they know you're here then, so they work a bit quicker. They know I'm not a very happy man when I have to wait too long.
Lovely.
Is it a Eurosceptic horse, Lady Thatcher? It's pro-United Kingdom horse.
That's right.
Despite the early setback, JR is playing a blinder. And by early evening, the park is back on track for a record-breaking day. But the bigger the crowds, the more work there is for security. Bill Mullin's been called down to the promenade by one of the shop managers.
Shoplifter. Or suspected shoplifter. What's he taking? A squirrel. Let's have a look. Oh, that's what we are, yeah. Is that it? Right, I'm arrested for suspicion of shoplifting, all right?
Well, I never shoplifted that, mate.
I'll take that a minute.
It's mine. It's in my house.
Right, fair enough.
I'll take you to my house and show you them.
OK. But right now, you're under arrest for shoplifting, OK?
For what? What have I shoplifted?
That squirrel thing.
We've seen him before and we know he's a shoplifter. And I was stood by a shelving unit watching the gentleman. I saw him pick it up and go out of the shop, and I called for Stan to radio for security.
The all-season ice rink is the park's latest attraction. Suddenly, disaster strikes.
We've lost all the power on South Park. All the rides are down. Nobody's stuck anywhere, thank God. So, just need to get down there now with the electricians and see if we can sort out the problem and get the power back on. As you can see, it's all now in darkness. Bert, Wonder Base, get off the radio, Bert, I need it. Keep it closed for the time being. We've got a dead short somewhere, stripping all the system out, and the rides are going down, I'm paying out money, and I don't like it.
Bill's finally got the shoplifter banged up in the park's cells.
Certainly.
His supervisor is on to the shop manager.
It's Bert, security. I've been on to the police, right? Very, very busy uptown. They can't make it a priority at the moment. They'll attend when they can. I believe the retail value of this is £2 something, isn't it? £3. What if the person's willing to reimburse? Uh-huh. OK. We'll wait for them then. Bye. We're awaiting the police. So I'll just log it all up in the book now.
The shop manager insists on pressing charges.
Soonest.
Can I speak to somebody?
Log number. Always important, gentlemen. The log number.
Hello?
342.
Hello?
Stroke 97.
Can I speak to somebody? Right. What's the crack here?
I've told you before. You were arrested.
For what?
For shoplifting.
What did I steal?
I'm not prepared to discuss it anymore with you.
No, what did I steal?
I await the police's pleasure.
The power's still down on the South Park, so the only ride taking money is the diesel-powered Princess Royal.
Ride has temporarily stopped. Resume shortly. Please remain seated. Ride has temporarily stopped.
At the substation, the engineers are still baffled.
1600 amp.
What can be drawn anything extra?
The only thing that's different from last night is the ice plant.
I mean, I'll shut it down if you want. Yeah? You want me to?
Well, it might prove something tonight.
Okay. Beach 1 to beach 60. David, shut down, will you? Close up. Shut it off. I've got a problem somewhere. It may be you drawing too much power. I don't know till tomorrow. I need to keep the rides open.
JR thinks it must be the new ice rink that's overloading the system, and to test his theory, needs to shut it down. The police are now on hand to deal with the shoplifter, who's managed to pick up a couple of extra souvenirs.
What's that for?
Turn off the windows up there.
That's my air freshener there.
So you just took that?
No, well, one was up there, yeah.
There should be another one as well somewhere.
Yeah, there's one here.
Right,
because
theft as well.
No, if they're trying to name me for stealing, right, I might as well get my money's worth, you know. Because I never stole that. I never stole that thing, mate, honestly.
Right. That's yours, so sit down. Wait till the van comes, put some transport.
No problem, sir. Can I get a light for you, officer?
There's no smoking in there, I keep telling you.
Right. Can I get a light when I get back to the station?
No, there's no smoking at the police station.
All operation managers that are on rides, we've switched all the power off now. We're going to try back on. I'll let you know as the rides come back on. We're going to try the cableway first, Paul. Do you copy that? Keith, you should now have power for the cableway. I'm now about to switch the Space Invader on. Any radios in the vicinity of the Revolution? Switching the power on now. Now switching power on for the whip. One to all radios, all power should be now back on South Park. I started this morning at 7:30. It's only now 7 o'clock. I haven't done 12 hours yet. By the time we shut, it'll be about 18. And hopefully we won't have another stoppage now this end of the park. But I'm still confident we'll do it.
So tell us all about it down when we get to the station, all right?
The squirrel thief was arrested, escorted to Blackpool police station and eventually convicted of shoplifting. crowds are still pouring in and takings are high. The park's accountants monitor the cash on the hour, every hour. JR rings in for a progress report.
Yeah. Is that up? On last week? Right. Bastard. Okay, mate. Cheers.
It's good news for JR. It's not yet a record, but he's well on course.
We're going to do it. Will we be the same or just above?
Not last year, last week.
Last week. We'll just be a bit up.
And we've
We'll
had
just
all
be
the-
a bit up above what you did.
Welcome back. Couldn't have done it without you.
Of course you could.
You right there, mate?
Fine, thank you.
Gotta go and sit somewhere safer in case a car comes along. Not you might be, but if a car comes along, you won't be.
If a car comes along, I'll go somewhere else, won't I?
I prefer it if you'd like go now.
Now, what do you mean go now? I'm waiting for the coach. Bloody hellfire. Listen.
You just want to go, maybe
I'm
sit
only
over
going to
there,
go over
alright?
there and sit over in the
Yeah, but
same
if you
place.
go and sit, like, over there with your back against the wall, at least I know a car's not going to come and run you over. When a car comes to park here,
Don't
he's
worry,
not going
mate.
to see it. No, I'm damn worried. That's what I want you to do.
I'm buzzing now. I mean, the pressure's been on all day. We've had breakdowns, we've had electrical stoppages, we've had the South Park out. The adrenaline's it's there. We're right. I should go to 1 o'clock tonight if there's nobody on the park.
He hasn't beaten me yet. He's going to get to 2 o'clock and then put the clocks back an hour and have another hour. I know what he's going to do. But it is rather busy, isn't it?
You're picking on the wrong people. Why don't you go and do something what you should be doing?
Because the next call we get is one where a car's knocked you over. And then you'll be saying to me, why did you let me sit there? So we're preventing it.
All right. You're pathetic.
Do you really want the night in the
I don't
cells?
want that in the cells now. What can you arrest me for?
Drunk and disorderly.
Breach of the peace.
I'll go out of the way. I'll go out of the way.
Fine, that's all I've asked to do. Stop arguing and please do it.
You lot fill it, not me. I'll go out of the way. All
Thank
right.
you.
Good night.
Good night, God bless.
Don't you love people like that?
Despite everything, sadly, this isn't going to be JR's day.
I've just had some news that we're not going to beat the figure, I think, of last week. Keith's record stands, that's fine. It'll still be a good day, don't get me wrong. Just that we won't beat the record. That's unfortunate, but as I said before, we'll live to fight another day, won't we?
Of course we will. We'll be back.
Stay with us on UK Horizons for stories of people, their foibles and the eccentricities that make these modern times.